Today, I will show you how to fill out Form FL-150, the Income and Expense Declaration. This form tells the court and the other party what are you earning each month and what are your expenses. In order to fill this form out, it will be helpful to have your pay stubs for the previous 2 months, your most recent tax returns, and some recent bills. If you're self-employed, then your Schedule C. First, you will find a box labeled Attorney or Party Without an Attorney. Provide your name, address. Where domestic violence is involved, you may be able to keep your address confidential. Please talk to an attorney or someone at your local courthouse to get more information if you want to keep your address confidential. Next, provide your telephone number. You may also provide your email address. Where it says Attorney for, you write improper or self-represented. This lets the court know you don't have an attorney. Where it says Superior Court of California of, put the name of the county where your divorce was filed. Then fill out the address of the court where your case is being heard. Where it says petitioner, put the name of the spouse that filed for divorce. Where it says respondent, put the name of the other spouse. In Item 1, you provide information about where you work, including the name and contact information for your employer. You will also let the court know when you started your job and about how much you work and earn each week. You should put in the amount you earn before taxes and indicate whether that's the amount you earn per hour, per week, or per month. If you're unemployed, put the information for your last job and fill in when your job ended in Part F. If you have more than one job, put the information about your other job or jobs on a new sheet of paper. Make sure to label it so that the court knows what information you're providing. If you are self-employed, write self-employed and put your employment information on page 2, Item 7. In Item 2, you provide information about your age and education. Fill in your age in Part A, in Part B, C, and D. State what school you have attended and any degrees you received. In Part E, let the court know whether you have any professional or occupational licenses or any vocational training. If you do, check the correct box and then write in what license or training is. In Item 3, you provide tax information. In Part A, give the year you last filed taxes. In Part B, let the court know your filing status. In Part C, state the number of exemptions you claim on your taxes, including yourself. In Item 4, put your best estimate of what you think the other party earns before taxes each month. Tell the court why you think that. For example, sometimes someone knows because they have seen a pay stub or receive an FL-150 income and expense declaration from other party already. If you don't know, write that and explain why you don't know. If you include any communication sheets with this form, put the number of the pages of the line right below Item 4. At the bottom of the first page, sign and date the form. Please remember you are signing under penalty of perjury, so be accurate and honest. At the top of page 2, put the appropriate names for the petitioner and respondent and fill your case number. For Item 5 and 6, you will need to provide both what the amount was for the past months and your average for the past year. To determine what the average is for each item, add up all income you received in that category in the past 12 months, then divide it by 12. Item 5 covers income including salary, overtime, unemployment, spousal support, and more. Fill in amounts for the items that apply to you. If you receive a type of income that is not listed, put it in Item L and write what the income is from. If you do not or did not receive any type of income, leave the item blank or write not applicable NA. Item 6 covers investment income. Here you will put any income you received from dividends or interest, rental property income, or trust income. In addition to putting last month's income and your average monthly income for these categories, you will need to attach a schedule showing the gross receipts from that item, less the cash expenses you have paid for the property. Item 7 is for people who are self-employed. If you're not self-employed, skip this item and leave all lines blank. First, fill the lines for your last month's and monthly average income from the business. This amount should be your income after all business expenses. Next, indicate what is your role in the business, whether you're owner, sole proprietor, business partner, or something else. Let the court know how long you have been with the business and what its name is. Also state what type of business it is. If you have more than one business, attach a continuation sheet with all this information for the other businesses. You will also need to attach profit and loss statement for the past 2 years or your most recent Schedule C from your tax return. Be sure to black out your Social Security number before attaching any documents. Item 8 is for one-time income like an inheritance or winning the lottery. Provide the amount of the income and where it came from. Check the box in item 9 if you have had a significant financial change in the past 12 months. Explain why. If you need more space, attach a continuation sheet. For example, if a significant change would be losing your job or not being able to find another one. Item 10 covers deductions like required union dues, payment of insurance premium, and payment of support for previous relationships or children. For each item that applies to you, fill in the amount you pay each month. If an item doesn't apply to you, leave it blank. Item 11 is about assets including bank accounts, property, and stocks. Provide information for each of the items that apply to you. At the top, page 3, put the appropriate names for petitioner and respondent and fill out the case number. In item 12, list all the people who live with you, their age, and what their relationship to you is, what they earn each month, and check whether they help you with household expenses each month. Item 13 is about what expenses you pay each month. At the top, check one or more boxes that will apply to the amounts you fill in. If you're unsure of the exact numbers, check estimated expenses. If you have the exact numbers, check actual expenses. If you're making a proposal of what you would need, check proposed needs. An example of when someone might check proposed needs is when the parties are still living together and you are proposing what your cost will be once you move out to a new place. Fill in each of the items that apply to you with your average monthly amount spent on that item. If there is something that you pay for each month that isn't listed, put in part Q and write what it is. If someone helps you pay expenses, write the amount they pay for it in part S. In item 14, put your other debts or installment payments. This is where you put things like credit card debts, student loans, or car loans. In the first column, write who you make your payments to. In the second, state what kind of debts or loans it is. In the third column, write the amount you pay each month. In the fourth column, put remaining balance of the debt. In the fifth column, put the date you last made a payment. If you need more space, continue into a new sheet of paper. Make sure to label it so that the court knows what it is. Total up all the amounts paid each month and put in item 13 part P. After you finish item 14, total all expenses in part A to Q, but do not include A1A and A1B as separate items. This total goes in item 13 part R. If either party in the case is asking for their attorney's fees to be paid, fill it out in item 15. If not, leave it blank and do not sign the bottom of the page. If you fill this item out, your attorney will sign at the bottom of this page to confirm that the information is correct. You only need to fill out page 4 if your case involves child support. If you do not have any minor children from this relationship, skip this page. At the top of page 4, put the appropriate names for the petitioner and respondent and fill in your case number. In item 16, fill in how many children under age 18 you have from this relationship and about what percentage of the time they spent with you and the other parent. If you aren't sure what the percentage are or there is no agreement yet, describe what the visitation has been like in the box provided. In item 17, check whether or not you have health insurance available to you through your work. If you do not, skip the rest of the item. If you do, provide the name and contact information for the insurance company and the amount it would cost each month to have the children insured. This amount does not include any amounts your employer would pay. Item 18. Item 18 is a place to put down other expenses relating to the children. Fill in any items that apply to you or leave them blank if they do not. Item 19 is where you tell the court about special hardship you face. Fill in the correct lines for your hardship and explain why these expenses are creating a financial hardship to you. Attach any documentation you have that supports your hardship claim. In item 20, you can let the court know anything else you think the judge should know about support in your matter. Before you file this form, be sure to attach copies of your most recent 2 months of pay stubs. Black out your Social Security number if it appears on the pay stubs. When you go to your hearing, bring your most recent federal tax return with your Social Security number blocked out. If you'd like to have an attorney working with you for you in your divorce, please contact me at Romanovska Law. My phone number is 415-347-0584.